But it's kind of an exciting time for everybody that's involved in the coaching profession. I know we always look forward to this time of year. You kind of get an opportunity to see your team for the first time and kind of shape and mold and kind of create an identity of what we're going to be able to put out on the field this year. You know, excuse me. We lost several good players last year, but we've got a lot of guys returning at all three levels, up front, outside linebacker, inside backer, and in the secondary. And I hope we have an opportunity for these guys to kind of use their experience to create leadership for these younger guys. And I think we've got some really good young players that's going to compete for some jobs, and we're kind of excited to get going.
Okay, we're going to open with John Cena right here in front.
John Cena with Associated Press. You kind of touched on this earlier, but you've lost 7 NFL draft picks. Some coaches don't ever coach 7 NFL draft picks in their career. How big a challenge is it to replace that kind of leadership, talent?
Well, I think if you know, in this profession, it happens every year and it happens everywhere. It really don't matter if they go to the NFL or they, go in the workforce. You got to replace them. So it's something that we had to do the year before, and it's been done here for a while, and it creates opportunities for other guys. That's why they came here, to have an opportunity to get on the field and compete and play. And I think we've got good competition everywhere.
Come back over here with Aaron.
Aaron Suttles, Tuscaloosa News. Deron Payne, where does he need to get better? And can he does he have the attributes to be a 3-down lineman?
He played some 3-down, all 3 downs last year. He's really worked hard in the off season, I think, to, maybe get in better shape. That gives him an opportunity to do that. I think with the graduation of some guys, it also opens some doors for him to possibly be more of a 3rd-down guy.
Go back to Reiner in the back.
You guys seem to blitz a little bit more than, say, you guys did under Kirby. Can you talk about that philosophy? What led you to do that? And number 2, do you think that with the personnel that you have, that you can do that as effectively this year?
Well, I think anytime you bring more than 4 guys, you're putting pressure on the back end, and to do that, you got to have guys who can stand up and play man-to-man. Obviously that's where the pressure's at. We had some guys back there that had experience, and we had some guys that were good blitzers. So I think over the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll kind of see how we develop as a team and see if that's kind of our identity this year or not.
Okay, we'll come over. Alex, guys, try to keep it to 1 question. I'll try to get back to you if we have time. Okay, I want to make sure everybody gets a question.
Jeremy.
Right here with Alex, I'm sorry.
I want to ask you about Rashawn. Where can he take his game to the next level now, and what do you kind of want to see from him to feel confident he can be that guy for you?
Rashawn's a really good athlete, and we got a group of guys that play inside backer that all have a unique skill set. Rashawn has, I think when he first got here, he was more of an outside pass rusher, and we'll continue to use him in that role. But to play every down, he moved inside this past year, and he's still learning, and I think he's improving every day.
Go back here to Rick.
Hey Jeremy, Rick Carley, Fox 6. How important is it for you to bring a kid in as a freshman 3, 4, 5 years later, just let him or allow him to leave as a complete football player? So we're talking player development, if you can talk about that.
Well, I think one thing that's very unique here is if you guys, when you watch our team periods, we 2-spot, and that's one thing about player development that Coach Saban does is, we have 4 teams out there, so everybody gets the same amount of reps. So nobody's sitting on the side watching, and I think that is unique in the fact that guys have an opportunity to develop, and you see a big difference from the time that they're freshmen to the time they're seniors.
We'll come back over here with Michael.
I want to ask about Terrell Lewis. What's he bringing, and how are those guys going to replace him? You have Tim Williams and Brian Anderson that are gone. How do you see those guys stepping in?
We got several guys that's returning at outside backer that had an opportunity to play last year. Terrell Lewis, Christian Miller, Anthony Jennings. And then we got some younger guys there. So that's why we practice. The kids are going to continue to work and develop, and we'll kind of see over the next few weeks.
Come back up front with Tony.
Lisa Collins, BamaInsider.com. I wanted to ask about the defensive end spot. What have you seen from Isaiah Buggs and Raekwon Davis, and do they push each other for that last spot?
Well, really, we don't have nobody's really plugged into any spots. I think it's one thing that's very evident here over the last 10 years is Coach has what he calls a rep chart. There is no depth chart right now, so we've got 11 guys that are competing for 3 positions, and we've not even put pads on, so it's really hard to judge how defensive lineman's going to play without pads on. So we'll see over the next few weeks.